I found the envelope before sunrise, wedged between two cedar slats, light and almost polite. 12 words stared back at me. Step aside. No explanation. No signature. Just an order to abandon what my family built, what my blood and sweat defended. One line crossed and war began. The land stretched out under a pale morning sky. 60 acres of cedar, dust, and memories. Each tree held a story, each patch of soil a whisper from the past. My mother's laughter echoed to the rustling leaves, my father's hands pressing fence posts into stubborn earth. This wasn't just land. It was life, history, and a promise. And someone was trying to erase it. Footsteps crunched softly behind me. Not human. Not yet. The envelope trembled in my fingers like a warning rattlesnake. Serenity Ridge Phase 4 cannot proceed unless the Marston parcel is vacated. I felt the anger rise, slow and deliberate, curling through me like smoke in the morning air. A line isn't just dirt. It's honor, pride, sweat, and memory. Crossing it is a declaration of war. I walked the boundary, tracing every post, every marker, every scar left by storms and seasons. The wind whispered through the cedars, carrying fragments of past promises. Threats aren't loud. They don't knock. They slip in silent, measured steps, testing patience. I remembered every trespass, every surveyor who underestimated the weight of ownership. This land remembers. I remember, and I do not forgive easily. The sun lifted over the ridge, casting long shadows across gravel and scrub. I imagined the HOA meetings, suits with cold smiles, thinking paper and policy could replace roots and blood. They didn't know the soil here wasn't just dirt. It was a living ledger of every moment, every oath, every fight ever fought. I folded the envelope carefully, placed it back where I found it. Let them find it. Let them know I had seen. Let them know this wasn't over. My boots pressed into the earth, each step deliberate, marking territory, sending a quiet warning. They had chosen to disrespect the line, and now the land itself would rise with me. Hours passed, the air thick with dust and tension. I surveyed the perimeter, noting weak fences, places to fortify, angles to watch. Every cedar became a sentinel, every ridge a vantage point. Strategy whispered in my mind like wine through dry leaves. I remember the stories my father told about men who crossed boundaries, about consequences that came slow, then swift. I would be both. The first trespass would not be the last warning. It would be the first lesson. My hands dug into soil, testing its memory, feeling its pulse. Each handful a reminder. This land belonged to me. No letter, no threat, no development plan could change that. By midday, the envelope had become a talisman, a symbol of defiance. I imagined them reading it, expecting fear, imagining compliance. They would be wrong. Every plan they hatched, every motion they made, I would anticipate. I knew the land, the wind, the sun, the stones. They were on my time now. My mind traced every past insult, every ignored boundary, every subtle encroachment. The HOA thought bureaucracy could replace history. Contracts could outweigh memory. They were mistaken. I marked a line again in the dirt. Sharper this time. A declaration. A challenge. Cross it, and consequences would follow. Measured but relentless. By evening, I had set small markers, subtle but visible, each one a message. This land is watched and I am patient. Night came, the cedar silhouette sharp against the dimming sky. I could almost hear the land breathing, ready, waiting. I thought of the next morning, the inevitable confrontation, the letters they would send, the meetings they imagined I would fear. I would not. I had inherited more than land. I had inherited vigilance, memory, and resolve. The wind shifted, carrying dust and scent of cedar, carrying the echo of footsteps that would not be my own. I stood at the gate, eyes scanning the ridge, hands steady, heart calm. The envelope rested where I found it, quiet, polite, defiant in its own way. And I smiled, a slow curl of lips. They had chosen poorly. They had awakened something old and unyielding. And tomorrow, every inch they disrespected will remind them. Property is more than lines on paper. It is blood, history, and consequences, and I am both guardian and reckoning.